This is the Rode Videomic Go II, but you already knew that. And I'm willing to bet a like on this video that this probably isn't the first, second, or maybe even third review video that you've clicked on. So I'm guessing the reason that you're here is really just to hear the sound samples of this microphone in different scenarios. So I'm going to flip up this review, and I'm going to give you the sound clips first, and then we'll come back and actually review the microphone. So was I right or was I right? So you probably owe me a like on this video right now, so I'll wait. You can scroll down, hit that like button, and then we'll get into the sound clips right now. So now you're listening to the Rode Videomic Go II, and I've got it boomed just out of frame here. So I'll cut to my secondary camera so you can see exactly where I have it. Now this is kind of best case scenario for most shotgun microphones to be as close to the subject as possible. So this is where we're starting. So throughout this video, we're going to go back and forth between clips of the Rode Videomic Go II and the Movo VXR10. Now this is a $40 microphone, so it's a lot cheaper than the $100 Rode Videomic Go II, but I thought it'd be helpful for you to have a point of comparison as we go through the different tests throughout this video. So without further ado, let's switch over to the Movo VXR10 and let's start our test. Okay, so now we switch over to the Movo VXR10, as you can see here. I've got it in the same position, boomed just out of frame, so you can hear the comparison what this sounds like. Now I've listened back between these comparisons a few times, and I think you'll be hard pressed to tell the difference between both of these microphones at this distance. It's only when we start moving back or put it in less than ideal sound conditions that the Movo really starts showing that it's a more budget-oriented microphone. This isn't true 100% of the time, but for most shotgun microphones, the longer the physical size of the microphone, the more directional it's going to be, and the more ambient noise around the microphone that it's going to cut out. And going between the longer Videomic Go II and the shorter Movo really shows that. Let's now move a little bit further away from the camera and you'll see what I mean. All right, so this is the Rode Videomic Go II from about an arm's length away, about 3 feet away, running directly into the Sony a6600 via an 1/8 inch cable. All right, this is the Movo VXR10 attached directly to the camera. So it's about an arm's length away, maybe about 3 feet away. And this is what it sounds like in a well-treated room from about that distance. Now I've moved a bit of the distance away. This is still the Rode Videomic Go II from about 4 feet away. And so I'm speaking a little bit louder because I'm a little bit further away. And this is what it sounds like from this distance. So now I'm talking from roughly 4 feet away. And this is not an ideal scenario, but still in a well-treated room. We'll see what it sounds like. Again, this is the Movo VXR10 in a well-treated room from about 4 feet away. And finally, this is the Rode Videomic Go II from the entire distance of my room, which is not very far because it's a small shed, about 6 feet away, and I'm kind of talking into it, and it's on the side of the camera, wired directly in via the 1/8 inch cable that it came with. This is the Rode Videomic Go II, and this is what it sounds like from across the room. And just for fun, this is what the Movo VXR10 sounds like from literally across the room. I'm about 6 feet away now, and this is what the Movo VXR10 sounds like from that far away. All right, so next I have come outside where it is obviously extremely sunny. This was a bad choice. But this is the Rode Videomic Go II. We only care about the audio and not how open my eyes are in the sun. So this is what the Rode Videomic Go II sounds like wired directly into the Sony ZV-1 outside. Now I can hear a little bit of traffic behind me as I turn towards my house. You may start hearing a little bit of those cars going by. There's not too many of them, so you may or may not hear that at all. It's not too windy today, unfortunately, so we can't really... there's the car going by. Not really able to test out this windscreen and how it does in the wind, but I'll just blow on it for a little bit. Can't get any more scientific test than that, so hopefully that was music to your ears. Okay, now we are back with the Movo VXR10, and we are outside still, where it is still sunny because it is just a few seconds later after the last one. And so we are outside testing the Movo VXR10. I'm going to turn. We can hear some traffic noise, so we're seeing how directional it is, seeing how well it cuts down on the ambient noise around us as we are doing this kind of vlog test. One thing I should note is that I have added the dead cat that came with the Movo to the microphone right now, and so it may or may not be helping with the wind noise. There's not a lot of wind, so I'm going to blow on it again. It's like some ASMR stuff for your ear holes. All right. Okay, so now I've got the Rode Videomic Go II connected directly to my M1 MacBook via USB-C. I've got it on a microphone arm here just out of frame, which is my typical area where I have my microphone for video conferencing. So I put it in the same place. It's got the windscreen on, as you can see here, and this is what it sounds like going directly into the computer. Now the way I'm capturing this right now is going through OBS, and I've got the software up so we can actually walk through the software right now in real time while we record this. You can actually hear the differences when you start adding some of this post-processing. So if you don't know about Rode Connect, it's actually a really handy piece of software. I really like it. It's definitely geared towards podcasters and allows you to record just right there on the interface. So you can click record, and now we're recording. So for the Videomic Go II, this is the way that you can actually access the microphone settings here. We do see a real-time level both of that input and our master output. We can see my system, so anytime I'm playing music or something like that through the computer, it would be showing up here, and I can take it in and out of what is going to the recording. And then Rode actually sets up, when you install the software on Mac, a virtual input. And so if you have other softwares that allow you to select the output, for example, Zoom, you can actually choose the Rode Connect virtual input. Those devices will come back through this channel, which you'll have individual control of as well. So if you are a podcaster and you want to bring in, let's say, a remote guest via Zoom, you can set that up with a virtual output from that, which will come into this mixer, and now you can actually choose and select the level between your system sounds, your remote guest, and your microphone input, as well as over here it has a built-in audio player for sounds. And so it's got some baked-in kind of fun podcasty stuff, like we'll just play it right now. There's some fun music in there, and you can talk over it. And then there's some sound effects. Oh, you can do them over each other. So you can do some sound effects. So I've been having a lot of fun in my meetings this week. Every time I make a joke, just putting a little laugh in there, getting a rim shot so that everyone knows that I'm very funny. So you can easily change these out and do your own audio samples just by right-clicking and selecting a different MP3 or a WAV file. But anyway, we're here to hear how the microphone sounds, right? So let's jump into the sound settings and see what these sounds like. So I'm just gonna leave the level where it is at right now. I've got a really nice amount of gain, but I'm never peaking here. So that's just about perfect in terms of our gain staging. And then let's see what we have. So we've got a pad, which would just lower and reduce the output. We can go ahead and engage that now. You'll see that it's lowered it quite a bit. So if I was way too hot, I could always engage that. We'll bring that back out. The next is the low roll-off, or what's called a high pass filter. And when we engage that, there's two different settings of it. So there's 75 hertz and 150 hertz. So what this is doing is just rolling off the low end, which could be useful for if you have the microphone, for example, really close. If you're getting a lot of like bassiness from the proximity effects from being too close to the microphone, this can help clean that up. Or if you're just kind of in a noisy environment, or you have a lot of traffic noise around you, sometimes the low roll-off, if you move to 150, you can get rid of some of that, semi-trucks and things like that going around. So this is 75 hertz that you've been listening to right now. Let's go ahead and engage it all the way up to 150 hertz. So it should sound quite a bit thinner without as much bottom. So there's also a high shelf that allows you to actually bring in some of those higher frequencies. And so we'll do that now, and you can hear what that sounds like. So this is mainly used to counteract the addition of the windscreen. So the other options that you have here are a noise gate. You probably won't hear much in my room because it's very quiet here. But if you do have a lot of background noise, this noise gate can really help kind of cut down on that noise level. So you can see when I actually stop talking, it goes completely silent with the noise gate on. Watch. There's a compressor here. So there's no settings on this compressor. You can't choose the ratio. You can't choose your attack, your threshold, anything like that. So for those among us who are audio engineers, this is kind of a pretty limited compressor, but I have no idea what the actual settings are that you're getting here, but we'll go ahead and turn it on, and this is what the compressor sounds like on my voice from about 6 inches away of the microphone. So checking 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, this is compressor on. And checking 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, this is now the compressor off. And the last two options down here are kind of like EQ options. So one is the big bottom. That's just gonna give a little bit of low boost, if that's something that you want. And the exciter is just gonna add a little bit of that trebliness, kind of magic sweetness that's up at the top. So let's start with the exciter. And let's turn that on. And so you should start hearing a little more sibilance, a little bit of more sparkliness on the high end. Now let's go ahead and engage the big bottom. And so big bottom, this is what it sounds like on my voice when I am speaking directly into the microphone from about 6 inches away. This is with big bottom on. All right, so next up, let's try and connect the Rode Videomic Go II directly to my phone. And I've connected it via USB-C cable directly in. So there's a couple apps that do work with the Rode microphone here, but the one I'm going to open is actually called the Rode Reporter. All right, so when we open up the Rode Reporter application, you can see in the settings tab, we actually have quite a few, but not all of the settings from the Rode Connect app. So you can see we still have the high pass filter, the high frequency boost, and the pad, but we actually don't have the exciter or the big bottom. You lose a little bit of that DSP, but you get some of the EQ settings. Let's go ahead and go over to the record area, and we'll go ahead and start recording directly into the Rode Videomic Go II. And this is what it sounds like recording directly into my phone. I'll sync this video up with the audio from my phone after the fact, but it's recording right now, as you can see on screen. And this is what it sounds like with the pop filter on. And let's go ahead and remove that windscreen. And we've now removed the windscreen, and this is what it sounds like without the windscreen. So Peter Piper picked a pickled pepper is what that sounds like. So we'll go ahead and put that windscreen back on. I'm going to stop this recording, go ahead and turn on the high frequency boost because we have that windscreen on, and we'll see what that sounds like. And now we're recording again with the high frequency boost on. One reason that I really like this microphone and I bought this microphone is that I often travel for work. And for my job, I do corporate audio visual. Often I have to record the announcements that we put on over the PA system of like, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats, things like that. And so usually I record those at home here in my home office. But sometimes I travel and then I'm on site and a client will deliver a new script and say, hey, can you change these? Can you do this live? And it's really nice to be able to pre-record those. And so being able to travel super light by packing this microphone instead of my big microphone with an interface and my laptop, just this microphone with my phone, and I can actually record those voiceovers here. And so I really like this idea of traveling light with this and being able to record. It's a super helpful situation that I can see using a whole lot. Okay, so let's check out what you get in the box. So here is the Rode Videomic Go II box. Let's open it up from the bottom. You get another box. Just go ahead and open that up, and there you go. That is what comes in the box of the Rode Videomic Go II. So you get the mount, shock mount for it, and then you get the microphone with this windscreen attached, single cable, which is TRS on both ends. So no TRRS here. If you were trying to connect this directly to your phone, if you have a headphone jack, like a headset jack on it, you'll actually need an adapter cable. So the microphone is here, super lightweight, compact mic. It's got the USB-C port, which obviously you can use to connect to a smartphone or a computer. And on the other side, it's got the 3.5 millimeter jack, which is either used with the cable to go to your camera, or if you're using it with the USB-C, you can use this as a headphone output. So the actual mic clip itself is pretty cool. It's got this built-in, if you can see, different size of cable management. So depending on the size of your cable, you can just run it through there. And so that allows you to get some strain relief and also to kind of coil up the excess slack, button up your strain relief on your camera. The other thing to note about the mount here is that this whole cold shoe portion, if you loosen the top screw here, can actually slide forward and backwards. So let's say you want to use it on a camera with an electronic viewfinder. You may want to slide this all the way back so that the back of the microphone is flush against your camera so you can actually get your eye into that viewfinder. But there could be another time where the front of the microphone is actually in the way of another accessory like a teleprompter or something like that. You can actually shift this all the way back to actually go the opposite direction. So another thing I wanted to mention about the microphone clip. So other than the cold shoe to mount this to a camera or some type of cold shoe mount, the actual threaded insert here is 3/8 inch. So it's not the same as a 1/4 inch thread that you would use to attach a camera. So you can't easily put this on like a camera tripod unless you have an adapter that will get it out to 3/8 inch. Likewise, if you are trying to attach this to a microphone stand that has a 5/8 inch, You will need an adapter such as this, which takes 5/8 on that side and 3/8 on that side. You can connect that, and now you can mount this up to a regular mic stand of any kind. So that's what the microphone looks like when it's in the mount. And the windscreen just slides on and off the top. There's nothing here kind of holding that in or clips or anything like that. It just slides right in. So this does not come with a dead cat windscreen. So if you are wanting to use this outside, that would be an additional purchase that you will have to make separately. All right, so if you want my final impressions of this microphone, I am ridiculously impressed of the value that you get for this microphone for $99. It sounds great on a camera, but the fact that you can use USB-C and actually use this on your computer or smartphone, especially with the processing built in, it just puts this over the top. It really blows me away that they offer this microphone for $99. So yes, you could spend $250 and move up to maybe the Videomic NTG, which will sound a little bit better and have a few extra small features, but it's also a battery powered microphone, which means you have to keep it charged. And I'm someone who wants all my accessories to be powered by the camera itself if I can, so I only have to remember to charge my camera's batteries, and I don't have to worry about my microphone or any other accessories dying on location. So yeah, 10 out of 10, I would definitely buy this again, and I recommend it if you're trying to upgrade the quality of your videos, or you're looking for a small microphone that you can take on the go and plug in via USB-C to record on your laptop or smartphone. All right, so that's it for this review. If you found it helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.